I wonder what Bill Maher is going to talk about. There's a video of him talking about the assassination attempt on Trump.
Will unequivocally denounced. I don't care what you think about that. Fucking horrible. Not funny. I'm sure there will be jokes that people will make because they hate him so much about they wish to went the other way. Not for me. Not for me. Not funny in any dimension. And whoever did this, whoever was the shooter, has done so much damage to the left. Lost a lot of moral high ground. And you're the violent people. You know, liberals don't shoot people. Liberals don't solve it that way. Or even suggest. And when I say moral high ground, I just read this on my show last night, the 2025 project, that is the sort of the plank of the Republican Party, which starts our convention tomorrow in Milwaukee. I will be there to go to the strip clubs and see who's there. But the guy who wrote that, he said, this is our new plank. He said, this is new revolution for America, which I've heard 1,000 times from Newt Gingrich on forward. Everybody has a new revolution for America. But they don't always say what this guy said, which he added, it'll be bloodless. As long as the liberals let it happen. Okay, that's not cool either. This shit has got to stop because none of this violence happens in a vacuum. It's never in a vacuum. But I'm glad he's okay. Trump, I've got to say this, the luckiest motherfucker that has ever walked the face of the earth. And again, I'm happy he's okay. I mean, 2016, that is going to be the luckiest. He lost the popular vote by a lot. He just pulled it inside straight. Everything happened within his way. The Democratic turmoil that's going on in the party right now, with Joe Biden being his opponent, always lucky. And when I saw that photo today of him with the blood streaming down his face, I don't want to say the election is over, but... because anything can happen in an election, but Jesus Christ, I mean, yes, MAGA Nation finally has its full marker. They loved him when he went to jail. The mugshot, I gotta say, he's insane and he's a criminal, but that mugshot fucking nailed him. Perfect. And he played this scene like he rehearsed it. Take one. And there will be idiot conspiracy theorists, idiots, who will say, oh yeah, they planned this. Like, right, he's going to put it all on that the guy can be that good. But he gets grazed and the other guy gets shot. It's so Trump. But, this is going to work for him. I can see the memes now. The man the libtards couldn't kill. Biden can't get through a debate and a bullet can't stop Donald Trump. You know, I mean, it almost doesn't matter who the Democrats put up now. So, look, today it was traumatic. It should be. We should feel that. It's a horrible thing, but I'm not going to let it ruin the show. And you sound like you are.
He already addressed it, but I'm pretty sure he's kind of going to repeat what he said on that stage, but let's see.
We're taking our summer break after this. We'll be it's slow news time. But we will be back on August 23rd to resume covering the campaign between Trump and somebody.
Somebody.
So much has just happened in the week we were on a week ago.
Yeah.
Next day, Trump got shot. Okay? And let me just say right up front, you should be as angry about that as if the candidate you like got shot.
Yeah. And I got a Trump dartboard.
You should also be angry that the Secret Service allowed some kid with a sniper rifle and a rangefinder to get past the metal detectors. What? The TSA once tackled me over a bottle of Visine. I'm glad you're okay, because if you weren't, I couldn't keep making jokes about you, and I really wanted to do it. He had this golden opportunity. If he could just kept it short, if he could just told the story, he's only going to tell once. I guarantee he'll be telling it every day now.
Yeah.
But he went on for 93 minutes. By the end of it,
My
ears
God.
would bleed. The CBS show Tracker gets 19 million. Tracker. I have two questions. What the fuck is Tracker?
Let me just say that Bill Maher, when he brought up that Trump at the RNC, he brought up the fact that the reason why El Salvador has such a low murder rate is because the country itself, the president of El Salvador, is sending all this murderers. This is one reason why I can't support that man. One reason. This guy has a hard on for Latinos, man, especially Mexicans, but all Latinos in general. Everyone knows, even a lot of conservatives know, that the reason why that happened was because he put a lot of those MS-13 gang members, or a lot of gang members, in jail, in prison. I can never say this guy's last name. Buttigieg.
All right. But you showed up. But having said that, can we get serious about Joe Biden? Could I
Please.
get you tonight to join the list of people? It's going to be everybody at some point who said...
No.
No, of course not.
Yeah, he's got balls, this guy. I got to say it.
I'm here because I believe in Joe Biden. And let me just...
No. Joe must go.
Mixes up names, as Donald Trump does. Sometimes said this name when he obviously meant that name. But the thing about Joe Biden...
There's more than that.
He's going to really run for president from a hospital bed? America needs strong leadership.
Between Donald Trump's future and the future where Joe Biden wants to lead us. And Americans already agree with us on issue after issue. So...
Yeah, but the problem is that people, they don't like doing their homework. Most people don't watch shows like this. They don't listen to both sides. And Trump, he brags about any little thing he does, big or small. He just brags about it. He doesn't stop talking about it. And people hear that. Biden, from what I understand, has done a lot of good things. But you ask anybody on the street what those things are, they might not know. But they will know or think they know what Trump did before. Because, you keep repeating a lie, people are going to start believing it. Even if it's true or not, people will believe it because they hear it so much. And Biden's terrible at that. His people, whoever's in charge of that, they're terrible at putting out that message of all the things he accomplished, which he has. Bill Maher talked about it a lot, but nah, people don't care. All they see is the inflation, gas prices, especially immigration. That's probably what's going to do him in. That's probably why he's going to lose, because say what you will, that Trump law idea that he had to keep them in Mexico while they wait for their asylum hearing, good or bad, it was effective. And people saw that. It worked. And then Biden comes in, goes away, and then you get what happened. That's like visible. You don't even have to know about politics to know what happened.
Can I say what you are? You're the transportation secretary?
I'm here as a citizen.
I know.
And
that's right.
private
Sorry.
capacity.
Whoops. Should Joe Biden have fired the Secret Service head?
Yep.
I mean, I don't understand.
Absolutely, 100%.
I'm not. Yeah, but you
The
also.
guy was on the roof, like not that far away, with a rifle for a long time. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't.
You know what nobody's talking about? Go ahead and let me know what you think. But what if a MAGA supporter goes after Biden now? Especially, and when I say goes after, I mean attempts to kill him, attempt to shoot him, just like what happened to Trump. But especially, God, he should really, really be careful if he wins, because I hate Trump with a passion. But if Biden wins, even I'm gonna believe that something's a little fishy, a little rigged.
Especially last night when we were promised that we were going to get a different, more unifying vision. And
Right.
for a few minutes, it looked like he was trying. And then, I don't know, an hour and a half later, I gave up.
An hour and a half.
What are they thinking? Silicon Valley's supposed to be, they're supposed to care about climate. They're supposed to be, I don't know, pro-science and rational and libertarians. So normally libertarians don't like authoritarians. What's up with that? I think it's actually, we've made it way too complicated. It's super simple. These are very rich men who have decided to back the Republican Party that tends to do good things for very rich men.
Yeah, simple as that.
Called him an opioid, which is kind of a weird thing to say about a person, but definitely a really... but I mean, for somebody whose identity is that they're connected to Appalachia, which has an opioid crisis, that really is the darkest thing you could possibly say about Donald Trump.
You mean Appalachia?
But one of the reasons I'm here is that this is one space where you actually see people from radically different views at the same table.
Yep. That's right.
In the same conversation, which compels you to at least try to be in the same reality.
I wish you were the candidate, but thank you for coming. And one of the featured speakers this week at the Republican National Convention.
Oh, Republican.
Byron Donalds. Byron, I know you. Here's what AI said about my book.
Oh, man.
AI reads, customers find the book funny and insightful. Thank you, AI. They appreciate Bill Maher's wit and common sense observations. The book is considered an entertaining read and worth memorizing. I got so many texts from people that said almost the exact same thing. They put the picture up there and said, this election is over.
Yeah. That's what I said. There's a lot of pictures, right? But there's one in particular, and I think we all know which one. That kind of thing makes me believe we're living in some kind of simulation. This is not reality. Because so many things came together for him to pretty much just win. He won with that attempted assassination. I mean, he grazed his ear. He didn't miss by a foot. It wasn't just one shot. The fact that he stood back up, pumped his fist, and said, fight. And everybody started chanting USA. The chances of anybody getting a shot like that, especially when everybody's scrambling, secret servers is pushing people away, and it's just chaos. Everybody normally in a shooting like that scatters and just runs for cover. But it looked like it was. That's why people are saying that it looked staged. I don't think it is, but it looked planned. It just looks too coordinated. It looks too perfect. You couldn't ask for a better picture. People are right, man. That one's going down in the history books. And if you're religious, either God did that or the devil.
Joe Biden doesn't know when to quit, and Donald Trump can't shut the fuck up.
I think we have a clear race between a man who can't finish his thoughts and a man whose thoughts will never fucking finish.
A remix.
Now, Byron, you're not wearing the ear thing in solidarity, I
That's right.
He looks at me, he goes, hey man, you gotta put the white patch on that ear. And I just looked at him and I said, oh no, we're not doing that. I gotta eat.
It was like a MAGA fever dream, for Christ's sake.
Does not concede elections and has gotten all you guys to pretend that they won the last election. 2, he just lies.
I said it before. Nobody cares about that, especially his base, the MAGA people. They don't care about that. They might even believe that, yeah, he lost. But if he says he won, they don't care. And if he lies about anything, who cares? As long as he gets the economy, immigration, everything back to a certain way it was, or improve it in their eyes. That's all they care about. You got to come with a stronger argument than that he's a liar. Aren't all politicians liars?
You know, the people coming illegals have killed hundreds of thousands of Americans.
If you're an American under the age of 45 or 45 younger, like I am, this is the worst inflation you've ever seen. I heard about inflation from my mom under Jimmy Carter, and Reagan had to get that under control. They're saying, you know what? At least when Donald Trump was president, I had more money in my pocket and I could get more things. Because this Joe Biden guy, he's not getting it done.
When he was talking about getting shot, and he said, I looked down and my hand was blood, covered with blood, and there was blood all over the place. And then I showed a picture of his hand with no blood.
Nikki Haley was way more convincing than Pete Buttigieg was over there.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He already knows the deal. Pete knows that Joe Biden can't win. Everybody knows that Joe Biden can't win.
Yeah, come on.
The only people that don't know are Jill Biden and Joe Biden.
We're going to be off until August 23rd. We have to provide you with the headlines, even when they're in the future. So would you like to see the future? Secret Service announces new security policy, check area for shooters. Queers for Palestine founder visits Palestine, changes mind. January 6th rioters measured J.D. Vance's neck for news just in case.
Oh, man.
Biden back campaigning after forgetting he stepped down previous week.
So I just found this thing out that at the end of the Trump convention, he played an opera song and people were kind of like confused. And it turns out that song was part of the movie Some of Our Fears. Well, I think it was Ben Affleck and Morgan Freeman. And what happens in the movie is that they attempt to kill the president. He takes revenge on all his enemies, and they play that song in that movie toward the end. Well, I don't know what Trump or whoever was in charge of putting that song on. I don't know what they meant. I don't know what they meant by that, but it is a little trippy.
8 years ago, 12 years ago, there might have been 1 or 2 black people on that stage. Our party is growing. It's getting more diverse. White, black, Hispanic, doesn't matter. Everybody.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this.
Yeah, it really is. Probably is changing. That's what happens in politics sometimes. One side goes too extreme, so the other side goes to the center, and they start changing into what that other side used to be. That's probably what's happening now. Like women's rights used to be a liberal, lefty thing. Now you got conservatives protecting women's rights against trans. You would never have seen that years ago.
This whole thing of repealing Roe v. Wade and the cynical way which was done shows no respect for the autonomy of women over their bodies. I'm sorry, Republicans.
Yeah, that's true too.
But it's not because they hate women. It's because they think it's murder.
Bill, but they don't respect women's ability to make that decision.
That's not true at all.
But that question has come before the court before.
But the court
it came
didn't
before
say,
the court in the early 90s,
but the court
and they
did
made a
not
different
say,
decision.
Oh, abortion,
did not
man.
say that we're going to outlaw abortions. That's not what they
It will
said.
always
That
be
is not what they said. Be
heavily
in
debated.
the Dobbs decision.
Okay, right here, Larry Wilmore is trying to talk over this conservative guy right here. He's not giving him a chance. He's making good point. They both are, but Larry keeps cutting him off, or at least tries to, and they're just talking over each other. But on this one, I'm on the conservative side, man. Should let him talk, see what he has to say, but nope.
Medical licensing for doctors and nurses is done at the state level, not the federal
There
level.
are some rights.
Every state's gonna make these decisions.
There you go.
Some rights that don't need to be adjudicated by individual states. Civil rights was one of those. Civil rights is one of those rights as well.
When you have another right,
Whoa,
rights is actually a great.
got him with that one.
There's something to be said about that. But a person becomes a person at birth, okay?
Oh, I don't know about that one. So 8 months is not even it's not a person. Is Bill Maher still there?
Right.
This is why.
Been quiet for like 10 minutes.
This is now. I let you talk. You let me talk.
Sorry, go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
There you go. That's what I said.
Actually, letting the states deal with this, it took it out of the hands of the Supreme Court, and now you have citizens.
I just disagree with that.
You have
Man, look at this guy.
Abortion, I agree.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Where have you been?
See, he is the
Example of something that
Yes.
people will never agree on.
Nope.
And we still have to be able to be civil.
Yeah.
And I thought you guys were. Back to the thing about your party. Like, I noticed Mrs. Vance.
Yes.
She's of Indian heritage.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a person of color.
Yes.
I feel like there were times where she didn't look too happy to be there, but they all looked happy to have her.
Of course.
Which well, you say
in all
of course.
fairness, Melania didn't look happy to be there. I'm just talking stagecraft.
The stagecraft that was really awkward was when Joe Biden had to tell Joe, "You did such a good job, Joe. You answered all the questions."
Oh my, that's bad.
That's terrible.
Okay, new rule. Since they just unveiled 8 new official emojis, someone has to tell me what the purple splooge one means. Maybe I have a dirty mind, but I can't help thinking it came out of this.
Oh my God.
Nero, people who make up reasons to hate J.K. Rowling have to get the wand out of their ass.
Yeah. I stand with Rowling.
Nero, now that polls show that the most anti-Trump voters are single women, and most pro-Trump voters are divorced dads.
Hook 'em up.
Someone must start a dating app that connects the two groups called Hate Fucker. Look, I'm not anti-religion. Oh, wait, I'm very anti-religion.
So he's anti-theist?
I'm the guy who made the movie Religulous. Come on.
One thing I don't understand about that documentary, Religulous, is that in the documentary he said it himself. I'm team I don't know. He was agnostic about his beliefs. And then I don't know what happened. At some point, he just went full atheist. And now he's saying he's anti-theist, like Christopher Hitchens was. So either you don't believe in God or you just hate religion, or both. And some atheists just hate God.
Republican Congressman Mike Collins said after the shooting, God spared Ronald Reagan for a reason. God spared Donald Trump for a reason. God doesn't miss. Really? Tell that to John Lennon, Lincoln, JFK, RFK, and Martin Luther King.
And Tupac.
Look, but thinking that God protects your heroes, but not mine, that isn't cool either.
Yeah, amen to that. Trump just got lucky. Lucky as hell.
He survived because a virgin couldn't hit the fattest president since Taft.
A virgin.
And
Somebody's cracking
again,
up.
make no mistake, I'm glad he couldn't. But Trump is alive because he's the single luckiest motherfucker who ever lived.
Hell yeah. Man.
His whole life is a string of you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Right. And I said it a long time ago, too. He didn't really win in 2016. Hillary Clinton lost. She was just bad. A bad presidential candidate. She was real bad. Someone said it's almost like the perfect shit storm has to come together. Perfect one in order for Trump to become a president. It's not really just him making things happen in his favor. It's just things come together at the right time and boom, he wins. He even said it in an interview. They asked him what his secret to his success was, and he said it. A lot of it is luck, timing, meeting the right people, all that. And I think that's what Bill Maher is talking about right now. He was born rich.
He inherited $413 million from his dad, lost it all, and used the write-off to never pay taxes again. But he's somehow stronger than ever at 78. Meanwhile, Richard Simmons dead at 76.
Yeah, that guy.
And now he's running against an incumbent president who's a gentle breeze away from death.
Gentle breeze. I didn't even think about that. That Richard Simmons guy, man. He was a health nut. And he didn't make it to like 100 years old, 90. Luck of the draw, man. Like some people are just born with a certain type of body that could withstand all kind of stress and trauma and bad health and physical abuse. And some people are just born with the opposite kind of body. No mind. Just a big game of luck. Like I always said that I feel very sorry for people who are in hospitals fighting to live because of cancer or some kind of disease or a virus. And you got these healthy people out here doing drugs on the street. Healthy bodies, nothing's wrong with them, but they just want to not put good use to their health and just mess it up with drugs and all kind of dumb stuff. If you think about it, if you know exactly what happened, if you've been paying attention to what actually went down when he shot at Trump, that is one of, if not the most stupid assassins in history or in American history. It just so happened that the Secret Service was even more stupid than he was.
But if you have to have someone do it, it's kind of lucky to have it be the world's biggest loser.
Oh, man. All right. Let me know what y'all think, and I'll catch you on the next one.